This is Mr. Dennis Spurling, my brother.
What he didn't tell you is that I was also a student here, working on my graduate degree. I was working on a master's degree, a PhD in environmental molecular toxicology, and a PhD in environmental planning at the same time. And for the most part, I think I finished all of the academic requirements in about 3 years, but the practice of law drew me back over it. I had a pretty good GPA.
Actually, you did.
Yeah.
Actually, she was supposed to work
I
with
was.
me. Yeah.
And I was working on some plants.
Yes.
Like I was
Come on in.
trying to cultivate plants and get them to sing. Like if you put certain music with plants, they will grow better. So I was really into it. But my profession is the practice of law. I'm a proud graduate of the Grambling State University in North Louisiana. Also the Southern University. Watch it. And the Southern University Law Center. I scored a perfect score on the bar examination, and then I went on to Tulane University where I worked on an LLM in environmental law. But time went by, and my desire was always to be a scientist. And so here I was. I said, well, you know, we have this great university, and back then it was called the New Science Building. I don't know what they call it now. But I decided that I wanted to start working on my science because that was my first love. Nevertheless, like I said, as a professional, time is a constraint. I have children, and so I had to go back to practicing law and do it again. But the bottom line is this great man that you have here, Dr. Sadiq, you're very lucky to have him. People like that teach at Harvard. They teach at some of these higher academic schools, so you're very lucky to have him here. Nevertheless, what I want to do on this Friday afternoon is I want to understand who is the student with the best grades in the class. Who has the highest grades in the class?
I have about 19 of them.
Who has the highest grade in the class? Is that true?
No.
Okay. Who has the highest grade in the class? Dr. Sadiqa, who's your best student?
Hold on.
Let's make it easy.
I have not given them exam
You
yet.
haven't given any
But I
exam?
want to look at, because I have, I'm looking at attendance.
Oh. We gotta pick one. Who's the second best student in the class? Give me two that you
Two
like.
students? Okay, let me.
Just give me one. All right. Who is the student in here who knows everybody's business, knows everybody's name and where they're from, the most talkative? Who's that person? Somebody point to that person. Who? This one. Who knows everybody's business in the class? The most sociable. Who's the most sociable? I need two people to point at one person so I'll know. Who is?
Actually, I'll choose that.
This one right here?
Right here.
You are going to make a lot of money because you understand the human dynamic of doing business. You see, because it's not just about what you know, it's about who you know. Now those two people, whoever the smartest people are in the class who got the highest grades, where's that at?
Maya.
Come here, Maya.
No, right here.
Who am I giving
That
this?
yellow one.
Come on down. There you go. You're going to be fine because you got good grades, you know how to apply. Who's the second? Who's the second? Who's the second?
Okay, I'll just.
Yeah. Come on down. Come on, get it. Come on, get it. You gotta beat her. You can't let her just beat you like that. Okay? You right there neck and neck. Okay, so you're gonna be fine. Now this is a tough one. Who is the person who has persevered the most, who has the upbringing that was hard coming up? Golly. Issues at the house. Who is, raise your hand. Come on, get it.
Come here.
Come on.
Yes.
Come on down here and get it. What this tells me is that you are resilient. And your resilience is going to take you through life. You understand? You and I have a lot in common. It's resilience. I am not the smartest person. I definitely am the most handsome. Okay, yeah, I'm just saying. But it's my resilience and my toughness that carried me through. You understand what I'm saying? So you don't stop being who you are when you come to college. You're still that same person. Don't allow those burdens to weigh you down. Shine your cross up. Everybody has a cross to bear. So keep that in mind, okay? All right, so that's all I got. So for the rest of you on this Friday afternoon, I want to introduce you to two young ladies. Layla, Saeed. Now, I have not met them in person. They've been working in my office about 3 or 4 years. And I've probably seen them all about 10 times because I don't come to the office that much. I know them by their work. I know them by looking at the product that they put out. And that is a great way to know a person. Not by, oh, I know your name, your mama's name. No, I know you by your effort, by your products. Now let me tell you something about Lady. She is like, there's a YouTube video of a tiger jumping 12 or 13 feet off the ground and snatching a piece of meat out of the sky that was clearly supposed to fly over her head. And then she ran off with it. Imagine that piece of meat being victory, passing you by. Not everybody has that skill set to snatch victory out of the sky. I've seen her do some amazing things over the past 2 weeks. I'm on the telephone with lawyers with jets. One of the guys settled a case for $1.1 billion. We just settled another case for $28 million, a class action case. She knows more. Are you guys familiar with CPAC?
CPAC.
Have you ever heard of class actions? This is the most complicated area of law that anybody could ever practice. You got multiple clients. You have people who may or may not have the education level that you have. They are difficult to deal with. The science is hard. You're dealing with multiple different law firms. And this young lady knows more about the process of getting these people's getting their cases processed than me and the other 3 lawyers on the phone.
And that's your student. That's our student.
This
here.
is a TSU student. Right?
TSU student. My student. I will student. Yes.
Some of the other things, we had an issue with a client. We couldn't find the file. I said, oh, well, let's just recreate the file. She went back behind me and found the file. Like, I was like, oh, well, take it. But this is the sort of killer instinct that you need to succeed in this world. I have no doubt that whatever she decides to do in this world, she is going to be excellent at it because she has mastered the art of never letting go. She will snatch victory out of the jaws of defeat. When victory is flying over across her head, she's going to go up and get it. That's the type of human being that you have right here. So be inspired by that. But I don't know the age. I know they about y'all age. And if she can do it, then you all can do it too. And she started off at my office, I was like trying to figure out how the phones work, trying to figure out how fax machines work. Now she can run a business. Not because I purposely taught her how to run a business, but she can tell you what company to call to get your payroll. She can tell you the name of the companies you need to get the fax, the copy machines together. She can tell you who to order the paper from. She can tell you what happens at the end of the year when you think you paid all your leases up, and then they send you another bill and say, no, you owe us some more money for the common areas. You understand what I'm saying? If the computer goes down, she knows who to call. If we need networking, she knows who to call. And that's both of them. You understand? And the problem that a lot of African Americans have is you have the skill set, but you don't know how to run a business. I'm a really good lawyer. Matter of fact, Southern University just inducted me into their Southern University Law Center Hall of Fame. So my wall hangs up. So my name, my picture is right there next to these other lawyers, out of all the thousands of people. You see? So I'm a really good lawyer. But I'm also a really good businessman, business person. And if you can master the art of business in the United States, which in itself is designed for business, you'll be a multimillionaire. And I stand here as a person who worked construction while I was in Grambling. Worked 2 jobs when I was at Southern University. I would work at the airport. Some of y'all live in Baton Rouge, not a lot of Baton Rouge, but I worked at the airport. I would wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning, bring the planes. Later on that day, I had a graduate assistantship. So I was working 40, 50 hours a week and going to law school. And I still graduated top 33 in the class. Okay? So there's no excuses, but the bottom line is not what you know, is do you know how to pull money out of this system? Okay? Because I want all y'all to be rich. I want to see you ball. You understand me? Everybody say that with me. I want to see you ball. Say, I want to ball.
I want to ball.
All right, so that's it. Thank you so much, Layla. And I also, Miss Khalid, you know what? I looked up her name. You know it means nobility? It means nobility. Now, Khalid's last name is Saeed. It means sword. It means dark, it's dark angel. And this one is nobility. So these are the people. Yeah, I know, right? I know, right? But it explains a lot. You know, I don't want to get too sprinkly up in it, but you know what you call yourself. That's that affirmation. You call yourself. So somebody thought very long and very hard into the names they gave you. But Kalia, so she's gonna go to law school. In about 5 or 10 years, she's gonna be my biggest competition if I'm still alive. You understand?
And I will be there to walk you through.
And the reason is because she knows how to run a law school probably better than most of those law students over there in law school. She knows what a letter of rep is. She knows what a letter of protection is. She knows the difference between PIP, MedPay, liability. She knows how to break down a contract. And now we've also incorporated AI. Somebody say that with me. AI. Into our network. You understand what I'm saying? So what does that mean? That means it doesn't matter how many lawyers you have at your law firm. All we have to do is put in a few buttons, and guess what's going to happen? We'll have the same answers that you have. But this quiet, she's like a dripping water. Constant, deliberate, unchanging. Those are the type of people that set up deep roots and end up being millionaires. I expect you to be a multi-millionaire because you come in and got all my secrets on how to practice law. And when you go over there to that law school, you're going to have a quiet reserve about yourself because everybody else is going to be frantic. And you're going to be like, I know I can do it easy. That's smart. You don't even come to the job. You understand what I'm saying? So just think about that. And this is passive learning. Nevertheless, I would like to present you all with our first annual, come on over here. Come on over here.
Make sure you take that picture.
Our internship, externship scholarship to Miss Saeed for you. Go ahead and open that up. And to Miss Kalia Wilson, you should thank your professor.
Honestly, this is $1,000.
Yes. For their own personal use. And they're still on the clock. I just want you to know.
$1,000. Let me make a comment right quick. Let me make a comment right quick. You see when they walked in? You see when they walked in? You see the respect that they gave to me? This is part of the training that Mr. Spurling has given to them. I am not going to send any TSU body to outside like that and then they will be, my name is on the line. And I've sent thousands of them to places. You see what came out of this right now? This is a boss that is willing to give something back to the employee for doing a good job. Look at what he's saying about my students, about your classmates. All of you that you want to say the last word to your professors, go ahead on. Go ahead on. I have never seen them in any way, even to any professor in this university. It pays to be what? To be good. And this is one of those. And for this one that is going to law school, I, Professor Sudipe, will make sure that she gets there. I just got 15 of them to College of Pharmacy. I was there yesterday. As a matter of fact, I was with to that football and they whooped us. They whooped us. They whooped us. I mean, I was so embarrassed I have to leave. but like I said, it pays to be good. And I want to thank you, Mr. Spurling. Keep on doing this. If you still need more of my students, they are right here. I will get them to you. But if I get you there, please be like this, and there's a reward.
And they will be your bosses, just so you know.
Yes. Yes.
If you call me, you might get fired. But
Yes.
all information. Man, I can give them my number.
Please.
My office number is 713.
Write it down.
229 8444. That's the fax number.
Wait, let me just.
And if you want to fax your resume over,
713.
then Miss Layla or Miss Kalia will look at you and they'll contact you. So 713-229-8444, and then also 713-229-0770. That's the office telephone number. Yes. And so if you'd like to work, give us a call. These two ladies will be working directly under, huh? Well, there we go. Now, what Dr. Sadiq has to say is far more important than what I'm saying. I want to thank you, doctor, for all that you do for the community. Thank you so much.
I want you guys to stand up for a second. Everybody stand up for a second.